I stood in front of my brother's house, a sense of unease washing over me. It had been months since we last spoke, and the sudden radio silence made me worry. Something felt off. With a deep breath, I rang the doorbell, the sound echoing through the empty silence of the night. No answer. I tried again, my heart pounding in my chest. The door creaked open slightly, revealing a dark hallway beyond. A chill ran down my spine, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. With each step I took, the atmosphere grew thicker, suffocating. "Hello?" I called out, my voice trembling. "Is anyone here?" Silence greeted me, broken only by the faint sound of my own breathing. Shadows danced along the walls as I made my way deeper into the house, the air growing colder with each passing moment. The feeling of being watched intensified, as if unseen eyes bore into my soul. I reached the living room, and that's when I saw it. A figure, hunched over in the corner. My heart skipped a beat, and a wave of dread washed over me. I couldn't make out its features, but its presence was suffocating. Fear paralyzed me, preventing me from running away. Instead, I called out to my brother, hoping for some sign of life. "Is that you, Mark? What's going on?" No response. I mustered the courage to inch closer, and as I did, the figure slowly turned its head, revealing eyes that glowed with an unnatural, malevolent light. The sight froze me in my tracks, terror coursing through my veins. The eyes seemed to peer into the depths of my soul, as if knowing my darkest secrets. With a sudden burst of movement, the figure lunged towards me, its limbs contorted and twisted. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my chest. Panic consumed me as I realized there was something terribly wrong with my brother's house. I raced through the hallways, searching for an escape, but the house seemed to shift and change before my eyes. The once familiar corridors became a labyrinth, trapping me within its terrifying grasp. The walls whispered eerie secrets, the floorboards creaked under invisible weight, and the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence. I felt a presence closing in, the sound of raspy breaths echoing through the darkness. It was hunting me, toying with me, relishing in my fear. Each step I took seemed to take me deeper into a nightmare, where escape was nothing but a cruel illusion. Finally, I found myself in the basement. The darkness was suffocating, and the stench of decay filled the air. My heart pounded in my chest as I fumbled for the light switch, praying for a glimpse of safety. With a flicker, the lights came on, and I saw the horror that awaited me. A myriad of twisted, contorted figures lined the walls, their tortured expressions frozen in time. Faces of agony stared back at me, their eyes pleading for release from their eternal torment. It was a chamber of horrors, a grotesque gallery of suffering. Before I could comprehend the sight before me, a bone-chilling laughter erupted from the darkness. The figure from earlier emerged, its grotesque form bathed in flickering light. It was my brother, or what was left of him, a vessel consumed by darkness, an embodiment of pure evil. I screamed, a primal sound that pierced the air, but it was swallowed by the darkness. The figure approached, its inhuman eyes gleaming with sadistic pleasure. As it reached out to me, the world around me dissolved into an abyss, and I was consumed by an eternal darkness. And in that darkness, I realized that some horrors are not meant to be witnessed, that some doors should never be opened, and that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we call family.